Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a wonderful day. Thanks for clicking on this video. I cover what I'm into and I hope that I help some people out along the way. As always, in the description box below, there's links to other ways to support me outside of the obvious ones, which are liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And then finally, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thanks. Bitcoin. Here we go. So we're going to be doing or reviewing this article on Bitcoin from Chris Hogan. If you don't know who Chris Hogan is, we'll cover that in the next slide. But the question is, should you invest in Bitcoin in 2021? Or should you not? And I hope to answer that by the end of this presentation. So who is Chris Hogan? This is a picture of Chris Hogan, straight from the website. Chris Hogan is a two-time #1 national best-selling author, financial expert, and host of the Chris Hogan Show since 2005. You will most likely recognize him from the Ramsey show, Dave Ramsey, that is. So if you've ever watched any of Dave Ramsey's stuff, you should know that everybody he works with and Dave Ramsey himself are very, very, very conservative when it comes to risk in the stock market. So with that being said, he probably isn't a huge fan of Bitcoin, if I had to guess, from the beginning of this article, for lack of a better word. So let's get into it. No matter where you stand on Bitcoin, we can agree on one thing. It's polarizing. Some investors believe it's the way of the futures, while others think it's a scam. So obviously he's acknowledging that this might be a future and it might be a scam. And I think a lot of people recognize that as a truth. I personally see Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies as a way of the future, but I do recognize that it could be considered a scam, and I do see why people think it could be a scam. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Bitcoin has a bit of an identity crisis. Does Bitcoin have more in common with the US dollar or gold? The answer is both. While Bitcoin is a currency, Uncle Sam has a different take. The Commodity Future Trading Commission sees Bitcoin as a commodity like gold. So basically what that means is it sees it as property. So that's basically the only way that they could tax Bitcoin, essentially, is if they see it as a property. We need to keep in mind that Bitcoin is still the new kid on the block. While it's been around for over 10 years now, we still don't have any tried and true best practices for building wealth with Bitcoin. This is true. Bitcoin has probably hurt as many people as it has helped people. So we all hear those stories of people making massive amounts of money off of it, but with those massive amounts of money, the volatility has definitely probably destroyed some people as well. So we'll touch bases back on the volatility issue and near the end of this. I will say this is the one part of the article where I kind of take issue with this assessment of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is widely used for illegal activities. I think that's an unfair analysis, to be completely honest. Every currency is used for illegal activity. I'm sure you've heard of stories of drug dealers having millions of US dollars, yet we don't do anything about that. I guess this is a little less traceable, but to be completely honest, it really, there's no difference between the crimes you can commit with Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies and the crimes you can commit with having the physical dollars. I guess you have a little bit more of a money trail that you could follow with the dollar, but that doesn't necessarily mean that people are able to be caught just from using the dollar. So I think this is a horrible point, in my opinion. And basically the only thing that I do want to point out is just understand that this is something that you have to be worried about, I guess, a little bit. So I'm just going to jump into the second part. Of course, There are plenty of outstanding people that use cryptocurrencies as well, but hackers who know a lot more about coding and software than the average Joe can use their knowledge to their advantage, so be careful. Again, this is trying to scare you away from buying cryptocurrencies. If you actually did a deep dive into cryptocurrency, they're one of the most secure forms of currency compared to a bank or anything, right? A bank has to continually upgrade its software, and there's gonna be people that find holes in that. So a bank can be hacked, where cryptocurrency is very hard to hack, especially if you're able to download your cryptocurrency onto a hard drive and put it in what's called cold storage or long-term storage, where it's on a physical hard drive, which is the way that most people should be holding their currency if they do have cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency in recent days has gotten a lot more coverage for a couple reasons. Elon Musk and Mr. Beast, I don't know if you know who each of them are, but Elon Musk specifically has changed his bio on Twitter to Bitcoin. And along with Elon Musk has also said some comments about how fiat currencies are kind of dumb, essentially. He's had some tweets, I should have copied those as well. But basically, you're getting a lot more attention from more and more people around the world, especially when you look at Elon Musk. He's the richest man on the planet, right? And he's clearly looking into Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. So if he's looking into it, it's a real possibility that there could be a large influx of cash into these currencies. So just something to be mindful of. If everything works out, there's a really good chance that Bitcoin could end up at the moon. You know, it's the meme, Bitcoin going to the moon. I actually saw Mr. Beast talking about a future video idea he has. He wants to have $1 million worth of Bitcoin, and he wants to actually have it sent to the moon so he can complete the meme. Clearly, I made this slide a few days ago when the Bernie memes were still, relevant. So, sorry, Bernie. So let's go on to what my actual advice is, right? So I always recommend that people do own some form of cryptocurrency. You don't want to be a part of something you don't want to miss out on something like this, especially if it has the potential to be, realistically the currency of the future. So I always recommend people buy 5 or 10% of their portfolio max. Unless you're a degenerate, then all bets are off and you can own 100% if you really feel strongly about cryptocurrencies. But if you're watching this video, you probably don't have a whole bunch of knowledge about cryptocurrencies, and there's 1,000 to pick from. My favorite is Ethereum. That's the one that I recommend to everyone. I would recommend probably Ethereum or Bitcoin if I was going to recommend any for purchase. Ethereum is basically the second fiddle to Bitcoin. It has a lot more use cases. It has a lot more things being built on the actual blockchain technology. So I would definitely look into Ethereum a little bit more, and maybe I'll make a specific video on Ethereum down the road if that's something that you guys are interested in. Just let me know in the comments. As always, don't forget, try not to become a man of success, rather become a man of value. That's a famous quote from Albert Einstein, and I think it's important to remember from time to time, right? Everybody's focused on the success, and they don't want to become a man of value. So, like always, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks so much. Hey, thanks for making it to this point in the video. You, sir or ma'am, you are a rock star. Hey, I got a really good idea. Let's be friends. Why don't you hit that like and subscribe button for me? Yeah, those buttons. Can you go hit those for me? Wow, I can tell this is going to be a great start to a beautiful friendship. Hey, don't forget to check out the awesome description box below. I hear there's some cool ways to help support me down there as well. As always, love you all. Bye!